What is up, everyone? This is your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva, and I guess I will be reviewing this season 7 of Married to Medicine with my doctor and all of her friends. Yes, because I do go to one of the physicians on the show. I was asked if I would review season 7, and so I agreed to do it. Because last season I really didn't watch. I kind of watched, but not really. But I do enjoy the show, and I do enjoy the ladies. I know Dr. Heavenly isn't everyone's favorite, but she's one of my favorites. And, of course, Dr. Jackie is my favorite, one of my favorites as well. I also have a lot of love and respect for Dr. Contessa. And pretty much I like everyone on the show. It's just that Mariah and Dr. Simone, I'll be looking at them like, this ain't, no, But pretty much everyone else, it's cool. So when the episode opens up, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly have a podcast now called Open and Honest. And this is what the first episode is titled for season 7, Open and Honest. As a matter of fact, if this is your first time here, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. So let's get into this episode. I apologize if it's a little disjointed and out of sorts, but I'll be honest, I had it on Sunday night watching it, but I was like in the kitchen trying to make me some carne asada so I could recreate these burritos I like to eat from my favorite restaurant, Mi Taco. Yeah. Mi Taco here in Smyrna, honey, they good, but they so good and authentic Mexican, honey, that don't nobody hardly speak English up in the spot. You gotta bring your Google Translate, okay? So, anyway, this episode opens with Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly doing their podcast, and it stirs up a lot of shit. We're talking about girl code. Dr. Jackie brought up the fact, or asked the question, I forgot who it was. Somebody brought up Mariah's drug use or alleged drug use. I think Quad was the one who brought it up, or somebody. But either way, basically we're going to have the talls versus small kind of thing going on, like ROJ had one season. And I guess it's going to be Dr. Simone, Toya, and Mariah. And it's going to be Quad, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Contessa, and I don't know, I guess Buffy going to be over there with them, this new chick that they onboarded during the opening of the surgical center that Dr. Damon opened up, Dr. Heavenly's husband. So this episode, it's laying the foundation for what this season is going to bring us, which is division, and hopefully by the end of the season, people can come together. But I just don't see it for Toya and Contessa, honey. Them claws came out this episode, and I was like, oh my God, yeah. Ooh, bitch. Okay. But we'll get into why I said that, because y'all know I hate using the word bitch to refer to anyone, but sometimes I use it for texture and tones, just like photography. But the podcast sets some shit off. People are in their feelings this episode, okay? They feel some kind of way. Okay, also on this Open and Honest podcast, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie in particular, brought up girl code number 2 or whatever. Don't ghost your girlfriends. Don't do that. And in some ways, that was throwing a little bit of shade Quad's way, because as you know, Quad is currently in the process, at least during the taping of this portion, was still, she said, coming in on the 9th ending of divorcing Dr. G. And she probably felt some kind of way. And one of the things I wanted to note about that particular thing is that it's not that some people are ghosting their girlfriends. It's just not always any of your business what's going on with me, because sometimes you don't want to share your business. Because I found sometimes that the people that you share stuff with, they just not ready to receive your mess that you're going through. So sometimes it's just best to be off to yourself and suffer in silence instead of, sharing all your business. And then on top of that, why do people get mad when people don't share with them? It's not personal. It's just that sometimes people have to do what they got to do to survive. and survive, especially a catastrophe like unwinding your life with somebody else you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with. Although with Quad to this day, I really don't think that she ever thought she was going to end up spending the rest of her life with Dr. G. She strung this man along for kids. And that's why you have to make sure that it is clear and convincing that you don't want children when you marry someone, and don't be deceiving them. But either way, it just, from the reunion, it just sounds like they don't need to be together anyway. If you got to fight for love or fight to survive in a marriage, you need to just get out. Meanwhile, after this podcast, well, Dr. Jackie, I think, had texted a bunch of the ladies to ask them to listen in. Of course, Mariah didn't want to hear, oh my God, must I hear Dr. Heavenly's voice? And I was like, do we have to hear yours? I mean, girl. But after this podcast, honey, Dr. Heavenly done decided that Quad need to get rid of ghost of men's past out of her twat. So she takes her out to some back of the shack, garage looking spot. I said, what in the southwest Atlanta west side is going on over here? I don't know where this place was. I couldn't make out where it was, quite frankly. But she took her to get vaginal hydrotherapy. It's all the rage. Korean spas do it, and I think now, more spas are starting to incorporate it. But it's supposed to help detox your cooch, I guess, by using herbs and spices and shit, cooking up good shit. Jackie from Basketball Wives probably would appreciate it. So they were in there sweating, honey. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want that. It make you sweat like that. But I guess it's also a good detox for your body overall. Meanwhile, screaming Dr. Simone. She always hollering like, girl, you like a banshee. Damn, shut the fuck up sometimes. That's just how I feel when I see her come on. That's why I was like, I know why she's a good doctor. I swear. God, my hair is getting in my mouth. But I swear she is like, no wonder the babies come out. She probably be yelling in the canyon when making the babies come out. I don't know. But she be doing way too much. I guess Cecil and Heavenly got into it on the Twitter war. Although Cecil was being facetious, it would seem that Dr. Heavenly took it to heart, because Mariah had said something when they were on a couple's vacation per usual, and had said something about Heavenly needs to pressure wash her house. And I guess Heavenly had posted something on Twitter, and Cecil thought he was being cute and funny and said, you need to pressure wash your house. And then that's when Heavenly was like, I should pay you to pressure wash my house, because, as you know, Cecil got displaced from his job and was packaged out. And so for him not to have that income that's expected to come in, I don't know what kind of package he got, but I know at certain companies, depending on how long you've been there, you can get up to 18 months sometimes of your salary, just based upon how long you've been there. So Cecil is jobless, and I think that also came out in the podcast. Comment down below, because like I said, initially I wasn't going to review this show, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, because I finally sat down and watched it. And I was just like, well, damn. So either way, they got a war of words on Twitter. Simone says, I block a bitch. I block a bitch. I block you too. And I was like, girl, don't back here if you block them. We really don't. Oh, Lord. It's just a hot mess. So one of the big things that has been going on is that Toya and Dr. Eugene have gotten their shit together financially, and they are now able to buy their forever home here in Georgia. Problem is, they had their house built from the ground up, and it's taking a little longer than it should. And Dr. Eugene has advised Toya that she needs to get down on it and put some fire up under these construction workers' asses, because they gonna string this out for as long as they can, and we about to be homeless because we got to be out of our place in 2 months. I was like, oh damn, y'all gonna be outdoors. I like to say that, outdoors. I know that's the proper word. Y'all gonna be outdoors somewhere, okay? So, child, either way, honey, the hot tub ain't done. The little boys were looking at the hot tub like, that ain't no damn hot tub. I was like, use your imagination for what it could be. In addition, Dr. Jackie and her husband have bought a home, and it's a very nice home, Dr. Jackie. I'm trying to figure out what is there to really gut out. It's not like you got a housing project like our dear beloved soror on Potomac, Giselle. Now that she should have told that shit out and not even bothered to gut it out. If one time home flipper Robin telling you should just tear that shit down, then you should just start over. But your house is nice. Maybe you want to change the floors, change the colors, maybe knock a wall out to expand, but I just don't see. I think it's a beautiful, gorgeous home. Meanwhile, her beloved husband, what's his name? Curtis. Curtis is on the sick and shut-in list, and Dr. Jackie done called in the nurse practitioner to give him a IV. I've seen that done before, and I'll be trying to figure out, do I need to find me a home doctor that takes good insurance and will come in and take care of my ass? Because sometimes I just can't make it to the urgent care. And what the hell do y'all put in those damn bags? I need to know. But anyways, I need somebody to come see about me an IV. Okay, a lot of people were commenting and saying, why didn't Dr. Jackie treat Curtis? She talking about taking him to the emergency room. I don't know why. Maybe it made for good TV, because apparently he got food poisoning and a nurse practitioner had to come out. And then after whatever they gave in that super IV bag, he felt up and ready to go. I was like, you better not be stepping out, Curtis. You better be going where you say your ass going, because otherwise some of us might show up and beat your ass. Y'all know Dr. Jackie big on fitness, honey, and weight loss. Lord, I need to drop these extra 15 pounds I done gained since the last time I saw her, because come January, I don't want to hear it. I don't. But life was good. I was stressed out. They would bother me down to the job. Okay, so it was easy for me to drop weight then, because I wasn't stressed out. I was just irritated and disturbed by the behavior of grown-ass people, okay? But we'll talk about that later in a later video. I've got a lot to share about my life story at some point, but I can't do it just yet, but one day we're going to talk about that. So either way, they said something about, she said, don't forget your suppositories, and he talking about, I want you to do that. I was like, are y'all into pegging? Let me shut up. Either way, let's see who else. Dr. Contessa is pursuing her dreams and keeping her eye on the prize. Dr. Contessa, I doubt if you ever watched this, but you've inspired me. I've kind of been sitting on the sidelines. People who hear my videos, y'all know my behind. Graduated from law school back in 2006. I sat for the California bar 4 times, and I just kind of gave up in my own way because it was very frustrating, and mentally it was taxing. That 3rd time, it almost took me out. And I was like, maybe this just ain't for me. But I'm inspired to get back on it because this was a life dream of mine. And I know I would make an excellent attorney. But kudos to you for keeping your eye on the prize and hoping one day you become Surgeon General. I believe it can happen. It might even happen with this next upcoming administration. I commend you for that. However, certain family sacrifices have had to be made. She's at Meharry Medical School. I think it's in Tennessee is where she said it was. But I thought Meharry was in Mississippi. Either way, a lot of great doctors have come up out of that college, especially black doctors. In addition to Morehouse, you have, Meharry College. So Dr. Scott, he ain't doing too well with these kids, taking care of these children. Dr. Scott was driving him around, the children asking him, can he do certain things? And he was like, that's mommy things. And I was like, she ain't here, Dr. Scott. Get your ass up and go get in line. I don't know why some men still to this day act like that's a woman's thing. No, if you are a parent, what, heaven forbid, something should happen to your wife. Okay, I'm not wishing it on her because I like her. I may have to go see her at some point because I live here in Atlanta. Good doctors are hard to find, but I got a bomb-ass doctor, an osteopathic doctor now. But what would you do if she wasn't around? And then on top of that, I'm also wondering if it's that trying and tiresome for you. Financially, y'all should, at one point you did have a nanny, and I know you don't want to entrust your children to just anyone, but you should consider getting a nanny. Hell, I'll come watch the children if you need me to. I love children. I think we would have a great time. Now, some of them might be a little bit more divified when they get back, especially the girls, but I can't help if I just sprinkle fabulosity everywhere. But either way, Dr. Scott, I'm praying for you that you make it through this time. Support your wife and stop acting like you can't do it. You got this. If you survive the military, trust me, honey, you can survive raising your own children for a couple of years or however long it's going to take for her to get this additional degree in order for her to be able to participate in public health administration. So Dr. Simone and her family are out and about driving around in the Tesla. They're letting their son, I believe it's Miles. As y'all know, last year Miles was off to Howard University. Yeah, didn't work out. He flunked out. I just don't understand, you know, and but I kind of got a little bit of context clues on what happened. First of all, Miles, this was probably his first time out on his own. He may not have been taught any type of survival skills or means of being independent. Number 3, he knows that his mama and daddy got his back, so he really ain't got to work that hard. Because I knew that I had to get my degree in 4 years and get the hell on out of the University of Tulsa when I was there. Because there's no safe way for me. My parents don't have that kind of money. All of my parents are educated, but they just don't have that kind of money because they're in education, in public school education. So I maybe Miles just didn't think that it was all that important to focus on grades, and maybe he was finally having the social life he had always aspired to have. So I don't know how you flunk out at Howard and what kind of friends you made at Howard, but from what I know, we all got each other's back at the University of Tulsa. So I remember especially me and my football buddies, we, you know, granted I hated being in groups with y'all sometimes because y'all used to thought she's the smart one. I'm not doing all this work by myself. Everybody got a part. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not. But either way, Miles is back, honey. They over to this place over here in Smyrna, over here off of, I think that's Concord or King, whatever the street is called Wade's. I'd never been there. I just drove by there and was like, that looks nice. So I might go check it out. The food looked pretty good. So y'all know Cecil, he didn't have a job, but now he's got his real estate license. So now he's going to start selling real estate. He has sold his first house. Congratulations to him. It can be a very lucrative career, but it can be a career where you kind of have to have a fail-safe, and that's why I'm hoping, you know, that I get me a husband or somebody with a job or something so I don't have to work and I can focus on my real estate career, okay? Holla at me if you... But I think that's great because I'm sure they have enough money and investments where they can cover themselves until Cecil's business really starts to pick up, okay? But I know that Dr. Simone also was very concerned because, you know, Cecil was like, you know, if you don't have a job for Dr. Simone, 15 minutes. I was like, oh my God, Cecil, how do you do it? It's beyond me. But okay. So either way, I'm happy for you, Cecil. I like Cecil. I like all the husbands except for Marietta and her husband. They annoy me and disturb my soul. But before I finish talking about Dr. Simone and Cecil. So their son Miles is now at Georgia State. Okay. He kind of said, in some respects, I think that he got homesick also. I think that was one of the other things that happened to him. And it happens. I mean, if you have parents that are loving and kind and you miss them, I can understand that. So honestly, he probably, if he wanted to go to an HBCU and they wanted him to graduate from HBCU, we have 3 sitting right here in Atlanta proper at the Atlanta University Center. I was a student at one, Clark Atlanta. I wish I could have stayed, but my financial aid ran out and I don't have the money to pay cash to go to pay $8,000 a semester, which is hilarious in and of itself because people be like, oh my God, it's so expensive to go here. I was like, baby, you didn't go to the University of Tulsa. You didn't go to Southwestern University School of Law. Southwestern University School of Law, however they call themselves. Anyway, School of Law in LA, beautiful building, Macy's Bullock's building down there on Wilshire, going into downtown LA. That's where I visited for a summer semester. I paid $12.50 a credit hour. Okay, so to me personally, paying $500-$600 a credit hour is nothing. Okay. $500, $600 credit hour is nothing. But if I had the right job, I could totally pay out of pocket and finish my counseling degree. But let me digress. So, on to this party, because we need to wrap this up. It doesn't need to be this long. I'm very happy for Dr. Damon for opening his surgical center. It's Black owned. It's going to change lives and help people. He's got state-of-the-art equipment in there. And it may not be the ideal building right now, but we all got to start somewhere, right? Right. So, of course, we know the stage is set for all kinds of confusion, and fisticuffs might break out down to this thing. You know, we seen it the first season when somebody ended up in the pool. It could happen at the surgical center. When Mariah gets there, oh my God, look at this parking lot. Oh my God, with the food truck and the maroon carpet. Oh my God, look at this building. Look. Oh my God. I was just like, you know, Mariah, we all got to start somewhere, you know. We may not have the wherewithal or the means to have a nice, you know, office building, but Dr. Damon is doing it, okay? He had a vision, he had a dream, he had the means and the money to do it, and so now he has a surgical center. Maybe he'll give your husband a job, because at one point, wasn't he out of a job, or was trying to figure out what he was going to do with his career and his medical degree? Girl, yeah. You need to be quiet. Toya. What the hell did Toya have on? I didn't know if Toya was going to bed or going for an ice cream run at the Circle K. I didn't know what was going on. I said, this outfit, and I don't give a damn how much it costs. It looked like bed clothes. Try again. She is mad at Dr. Heavenly. And so we learned from Dr. Eugene that when he first came down this way, it was Dr. Damon that gave him his very first job. And he also says because of that job that they were able to pay cash for their wedding. And so he's like, yeah, we pay cash. And I was like, so therefore you shouldn't be sitting up there rolling your eyes and being mad about something that Dr. Damon has done when you don't even like Heavenly. That's fine. We get that. So, I don't know what Toya had on, but I was like, girl, try it again. I like you, but I don't know what's going on with that outfit. But, okay. I will say this, though. For the win, for one of the 2 times I've actually seen her look cute, Dr. Simone was cute in her little red dress, okay? They rode in with Buffy and Dr. David. Buffy is Dr. Simone's friend, and Dr. David is a white man, a psychiatrist. They're kind of like Tom and Helen on the Jeffersons. That's how I look at them. I was like, it's Tom and Helen. So Quad comes in looking like she going to the red carpet in Telluride, Colorado. She was all in white looking like somebody's snow bunny. Let's hit the slopes, honey. And she pretty much ignored Dr. Simone and a few other people. And Dr. Simone was confused and perplexed as to why this was happening. And I said, perhaps she is trying to save our hair. Because you know you're always hollering at people, Dr. Simone. You always just gotta holler. Oh my God, it's so disturbing. I like how Dr. Damon, when he was talking about his presentation, was talking about this is a win for everyone. You know, I'm leaving a legacy, you know, and also leaving something for my children. But also, when one of us comes up, we all come up. I appreciate that. I like him. He's just very humble. I like Dr. Damon. And I love Dr. Heavenly. So, Mariah, do you notice how half of us are in the building and the other half is sitting outside? And I was like, here we go with some mess. So, Dr. Heavenly, all of them end up at some point in this tent. And Dr. Heavenly said, well, everybody looks good, but y'all look, I was like, yeah, they all look good with the exception of a couple of folk. But they all look miserable too. Like, it's hot in the tent, but we know it's not because it was fall in Georgia at the time that this was filmed, I do believe. So, I don't know, but something went left during this conversation. Oh, and another thing, Mariah, you shouldn't have one bad thing to say about anyone during this thing because, girl, your head. I don't know what was going on. You know, you had this little beading thing on the side, and then on the other side, it was smashed in. Like, I don't know if you fell asleep and took a nap and decided, well, fuck it, I'm going to get up and she could show up to the shindig. but it wasn't a good look either. So you and Toya, I don't know what y'all was going through, but something was going on. Dr. Contessa and Toya got into it. Now, you know, these people supposed to have been friends, child. I don't know what happened. I just said these people need Jesus after the confrontation, the verbal confrontation that went on. Baby, Dr. Contessa said Dr. Eugene was a bitch. And then Toya said, well, your husband act like one. I was like, needless to say, party over after that. But shout out to Dr. Damon for opening up his own surgical center. He had been in emergency medicine for quite some time. And I commend people that go into emergency medicine. You have to know so much because no case is ever the same. I mean, no case in anything most of the time is ever the same. But when you got different type of traumas coming through the emergency room, baby, you better be on your P's and Q's. So, you know, shout out to him for doing that.
Oh, and I forgot to comment on this. So what did y'all think about Cecil working with his wife at her practice? I don't see anything wrong with it. I heard some comments about it, but I was like, it's a family business. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. When you get married, two become one. He ain't got nothing else to do, so let him help out in the office is all I'm saying.
Also, they showed us a preview of some more things to come for this season. I guess goat yoga, baby goat yoga is a thing. Please don't ever invite me to yoga with goats, and don't ever invite me to hot yoga or Bikram yoga. I'm not doing it. I've tried Bikram yoga a few times. I don't like it. It's too hot in there. I can't breathe. And I know it's supposed to be good for your sinuses and your chakras and shit, but I'm not doing it. And I don't feel as though baby goats will help the situation. Baby goats are for cuddling, okay? Because I love goats. I hope someday when I get my estate that I'm able to have pet goats on my estate to eat my lawn. You know, it's eco-friendly and all. Because I just love animals in general. I probably should have been a vet, but I don't like blood. So, oh well. Either way, that's all I've got for Married to Medicine Season 7, Episode 1, Open and Honest. I think Open and Honest opened up a Pandora's box. So the rest of this season, everybody going to be, I guess, verbal assaults will be given out. Some people giving Dr. Jackie the side eye. I was like, y'all leave my doctor alone. So anyway, that's all I've got. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. Thank you all for joining. Again, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to share it on your social media. I'm trying to grow this channel as always. And I thank you all who do support me, my small little fan base that supports me. I appreciate it, buttercups. But as always, remember, darlings, chin up, buttercups. The sun will come out, but in the meantime, in between time, be sure to stay fabulous.